is always ready to receive these questions of clarifications. Please clarify. Like the PS has said, I want to repeat that what has been circulating, that internet is going to be switched off, is definitely not the position of government. Because as regulators, there's no way such would happen or would be in preparation without my knowledge. Somebody would have told me to prepare. I want to assure the nation, nobody has told me to prepare for that. I don't know, because we have these stakeholders whom we always consult. We have consumers. Consumers haven't indicated to me that they want the internet switched off, unless if the media tell me so, that the people out there are yearning for the closure of the internet. The regulator will definitely listen to the consumers. If consumers tell us and say, the internet is causing us problems, we'll evaluate that and see whether it is proper to do that. But the consumers haven't told us that. Two, the operators. The operators can also tell us that maybe they have problems, so they are going to, maybe they have to notify us. The operators haven't done that. And they wouldn't do that because data, internet, is their cash cow. That's how they make money. And that's the public service which they give to our people. Another stakeholder is government. Nobody in government has told me anything, even related to closure or switching off of the internet. Those are the three major stakeholders who would tell me to prepare. I may repeat, consumers haven't told me. Operators haven't told me to prepare for that. Government hasn't told me to prepare for that. So this speculation is very, very unfortunate. If this were to happen, definitely we'll come out as regulator to brief the country, to brief our stakeholders as to why it should happen. So we would appeal to the general public to stop speculation, go about your work, business as usual, like we are doing our work, business as usual, so there is no cause for alarm. If there is anything, if those three stakeholders told me anything, I'll share with you. Because I'm here under the law, I'm here to share with you whatever actions would want to take. UCC is a statutory agency there to protect the consumers, to regulate the communication space, and we do it transparently with accountability to the people, with accountability to the population. There's nothing we'll do in whispers. There's nothing we'll do in hiding. If we are to take any intervention, we'll share it with the general public. So there is no reason why we should speculate on this. Another issue, Madam PS, is the issue of Starlink. I want to assure the nation that we are processing the license of Starlink. For the past 6 months or so, the UCC has been processing the license of Starlink. Processing a license is not an event, it's a process. A lot of things for public interest, which we have to ensure. We have asked them for documentation. We have asked them for clarifications. I'm happy to tell you that most of these, they are provided. So we are processing. We are processing. And as you know, the law gives the regulator only 6 days. If I was given all the documents, if all my clarification I wanted were given to me, the law gives me only 60 days in which to process a license. I have not that choice of saying I can do it after 60 days, I can do it in 100 days. No, only 60 days. But that is if you've answered all my clarifications. I have to issue the license within 60 days. Starlink company knows very well how this engagement is moving. However, Madam PS and the general public, we've been seeing in the market, there have been people who have been using these Starlink terminals to get internet. And that was illegal because Starlink had to be licensed to operate in Uganda. The equipment used, the terminal, the routers, and all other such related devices have to be type approved by the Commission before usage. However, you know that there have been some people, and we have evidence to this effect, who have been receiving signals. Why? Because some of our partners in the region already have licensed Starlink. And as you know, signals respects no boundaries. But that being that, each jurisdiction has a different licensing regime. We are different countries. So there is no signal that can be allowed in Uganda if the operator is not licensed in Uganda. That's why we had to caution Starlink. We have to ask them that we see your signals, and there are some our people who are overzealous. They're already using your equipment. And you saw the response which they have done. We want to thank Starlink for being responsible. So they have geo-locked all signals in the jurisdiction of Uganda. You can't get internet. We've heard that there are some people who have global account, global roaming, and regional roaming. We are seeking clarification on this. This also must be geo-locked because Starlink has no license in Uganda. This is a normal regulatory activity. It's not because of elections. Elections are going to be there on 15th. We shall continue to do our work as regulators. Elections were not there when Starlink applied for the application. I didn't think Starlink applied to operate in Uganda because of elections. It's our normal regulatory work. It's not only Starlink who is applying to have this kind of services. As you know, there are so many other providers, OneWeb, Project Kuiper, so many satellite operators whose application to operate in Uganda will be processing. You've had the announcement already between Airtel Africa and Starlink, where they have collaborated to provide internet via the core network of Airtel. Airtel is already licensed in Uganda, so this partnership, we have no problem. Of course, we shall have to ink our approval on this partnership, but we have no problem with it because already so. We are not preventing Ugandan from enjoying the services of Starlink. I want to assure Ugandan that already the services of Starlink have already been installed by Airtel officially, that come a few weeks, if not days from now, you will be able to directly get signal through your Airtel line to access internet anywhere in the country via their core network. So we are not preventing the country from enjoying that ubiquitousness of satellite technology. That's what I wanted to clarify very, very well. Because some people have been saying probably by delaying, and we are not delaying. I told you the law only gives me 60 days. Why haven't we approved this license for the past 1 year? Because all the time they bring their requisition we ask you questions on your behalf. We do it on your behalf through the law. They have to clarify to us. If you are not satisfied, we ask for clarifications. We process. As I told you, issuing a license is not an event, it's a process. And a rigorous process for that matter. Because the communication business is not a usual, normal business. This is business that affects lives of so many people. So before we issue a license, we have even to publish it in the Gazette, and we call for your comments at the general public. And what you tell us also inform whether we should issue a license or not. So when you see that happening, you know that we are reaching the tail end of the license issuing process to Starlink and other satellite operators like OneWeb, like Amazon, who have already also asked us to start the process. Madam PS and the general public, I want to use this opportunity also to remind the broadcasters. We've been, Madam PS, engaging the media at a regional level. We've done that. We've engaged the media at the owners level as UCC. I've engaged the media at the foot soldier level, and informal engagement where we have interacted, again talking about the things. Now I want to, again, just reminding you, because we have talked about these matters, live broadcasting or live streaming of riots, unlawful processions, or violent incidents, as you know, is prohibited. You know that. And sometimes you must know